On February 12, Russia continued its relentless assault on Ukrainian civilians, launching yet another wave of strikes that shattered the fragile sense of calm in multiple regions across the country. Reports indicate that Russian missiles poured down overnight on Kyiv and several other major Ukrainian cities, unleashing widespread destruction and fear across entire communities. Around 2:20 a.m. local time, Ukraine's Air Force issued an urgent warning that Russian ballistic missiles were inbound toward Kyiv, prompting an immediate alert across the capital. Shortly after the warning, loud and powerful explosions echoed across Kyiv, according to the Kyiv Independent, which cited accounts from its reporters stationed on the ground. The detonations triggered instantaneous power cuts throughout several districts, leaving large parts of the city in complete darkness, the Kyiv Independent reported. Roughly half an hour later, Russia launched a renewed assault as Shahed-type attack drones swarmed over the capital, intensifying the already chaotic night, according to the Kyiv Independent. In addition to Kyiv, Russian missiles struck the cities of Dnipro and Pavlohrad in the Dnipropetrovsk region, expanding the scope of the overnight bombardment. According to Reuters, one strike in Dnipropetrovsk tragically claimed the life of a man and left his wife critically injured amid the debris of their destroyed home. Elsewhere in the same region, reports confirmed that another family, a couple and their 45-year-old son, were killed when a missile hit their residential neighborhood. Following Russia's deadly February 11th strikes, authorities in Kharkiv declared 3 days of mourning to honor the victims and highlight the heavy civilian toll. Among the victims were a father and his 3 young children, while the children's pregnant mother sustained serious injuries in the same devastating attack. Rescue workers managed to pull the mother, who was 35 weeks pregnant, alive from beneath the rubble, a rare glimmer of hope amid scenes of heart-wrenching loss. The regional mayor said, quote, "We have lost what is most precious, our future. There are no words to console the family. There is no prayer that could heal the heart of a mother who has lost her children," unquote. The wave of Russian strikes came just as fresh rounds of trilateral peace talks between Ukraine, Russia, and the United States were being scheduled in Washington. Ukraine has reportedly confirmed its readiness to participate in the next round of discussions with Russian representatives in the US on February 17th and 18th. However, the Kyiv Independent noted that Moscow has yet to officially respond or confirm its delegation's participation in the upcoming negotiations. Ukraine's president said, quote, "The American side has proposed a meeting in America, in Miami, next week. And we immediately confirmed it." Unquote. Kyiv continues to wait for Moscow's response to a proposed energy ceasefire, a deal aimed at reducing civilian suffering during the harsh winter months. Earlier on January 24th, a round of trilateral negotiations among Russia, the United States, and Ukraine concluded in the United Arab Emirates, laying groundwork for ongoing dialogue. President Zelensky revealed that US President Donald Trump has privately expressed a desire to see the Russia-Ukraine conflict brought to an end by June 2026. Reports suggest Washington urged Kyiv to conduct national elections by May 2026 as a precondition for receiving long-term US security guarantees. Interestingly, amid these complex talks, Russia has also demanded its own set of security assurances, adding another layer of tension to the diplomatic process. Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Alexander Grushko stated that ensuring Russia's national security remains a non-negotiable centerpiece of any future agreement. While acknowledging Ukraine's legitimate security concerns, Grushko emphasized that Moscow's safety and sovereignty must also be fully protected in any settlement. The Kyiv Independent reported that Alexander Grushko delivered these remarks on February 10th during an interview with Russian state media outlets. The annual Munich Security Conference, scheduled from February 13th to 15th, is expected to focus heavily on the Russia-Ukraine war as its central theme. The US delegation will be led by Senator Marco Rubio, while China's delegation will be headed by Foreign Minister Wang Yi, signaling strong international representation. Among the high-profile attendees are French President Emmanuel Macron, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney, and Finnish leader Alexander Stubb, underscoring the event's global importance.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that we will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.